Okie dokie, okie dokie, alrighty, welcome back. It's episode number 18, I think, here now, and we have just placed our first train. So in between episodes, I tapped these ore fields, and in this episode, we are going to start the very beginnings of the bus base. So we'll plan that out a little bit, and we are getting close to having to pull the plug on some of this stuff here. So stay tuned, and let's get into it. Alright. Yeah, so like I mentioned, I actually forgot to connect this green wire. I didn't mention that, but I'm mentioning it now. So these are full. So that's one thing. You gotta connect your chests to the system, or else the system just doesn't work. So he's sitting here, chests are full, and he shouldn't be there, but that's fine. I did place 5 trains, so those are en route now. They are going to be built by all these robots here. And then they will automatically start filling up these chests here, and we will actually see smelting begin. I also forgot to cross this way here with the coal, so that's a thing that has happened now that I wish happened before, but hey, you live and learn, right? So there we go. So we have copper here, iron and stone, and then we also have our biggins. Oh, some of these are already mined out, so that's the way she goes, and we'll just clean that right up. Oh, and some of them actually don't have power, so that should be there. Okay, and then this one too, already got 1 or 2 scragglers, and yeah, putting those two together, and that's just about 3.5 full belts. So yeah, I take care to check like how much is in each column, and just try to make sure that we're not maxing out the belts at all. We want to max out the throughput, not the belts. So yeah, and that's where we probably want to get more tapped fairly soon as well, because if we're taking 8 out here, or kind of 8 belts out here, and we're only bringing 4 belts in, well, that's a bit of an issue. So yeah, we will need to tap some more iron, and that's kind of the only way to solve that. You can't get it out of the ground any faster, but that is 6.9 mil. We have another 6.8 mil there, and we have that 3.7 mil, but this will be just enough to get us started. So the next thing we need to do is actually balance our belts, and then we need to think about our hub solution, which is going to be just here. We actually need to get circuits going as soon as possible too, which is going to be here, which is going to require more smelting, probably here, which then I have to think about that. So I think I'm going to just start by pulling this out. We're still going to want to use this coal, so I'm going to have to figure out how I want to bring that coal in. But I think we're just at that time where we just need to pull this coal out. In order to do that, I think I'm going to make a little recycler. So let me get down to the coal. I don't have a car anymore. I do, but I picked it up. I've been traveling by train. You know what I mean? Traveling by train. So let's jump into this and get down there. Alright, so this is a pretty interesting, pretty nifty little thing that we can do here, which I think is going to be, how are we going to do this? We design it first and then plug it in. I think it's something like this, where we then put a storage chest here, and then we have this belt here, and I think it just needs that one space, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we're gonna have, we need some bulk inserters. Luckily we have some equipment for that. Yeah, we want that. There we go. And then if we set this filter to coal, then one of the cool things is that storage chests with a filter actually take precedence over storage chests without a filter. So even though we have a massive amount of coal here, which I would love to be able to request into this chest, we can't really do that. But if I take this, if I take this and just, yeah, we could do it right here. I don't see why not. Maybe we could do it there, but just as good right here. I don't know. Maybe I'll regret that later. Maybe I should do it over here on the loading side. Let's do it on the loading side. In fact, let's do it kind of right here. This should work pretty nice. We just disconnect that for a moment, and then we... Oh, no. Don't start putting it in there already. See, look, they're eager to serve their master. Right? Should we put it this way? Yeah, I kind of like it this way. So, let's go in line with that radar. Right here. There we go. Okay, so now as we pick up coal, we actually don't want to pick up... Well, do we want to keep a little bit in there? Not really, but I guess this is the point here, is that we can enable this when coal is less than, I don't know, maybe 100, just to keep some coal in there. And then enable this only when coal is greater than, let's take 125, just so there's a little bit of room in between. So now the bots will come and place the coal in here because of the filter before any other storage container. And then as soon as there is more than 125, these two here will put it onto the belt. This one's actually, yeah, and so this one stopped because, yeah, so this way we have like a buffer that's available to the logistics network, but we're also able to recycle some coal. And this should, it won't actually take precedence over, ooh, that's an interesting point. So it won't actually take precedence over the existing, so what am I trying to say? It won't take priority. So we want to say only operate the belt if coal is greater than 100, right? And right now it's 100. No, less than 100. Am I right? Less than or equal to 100. I think that should actually be 125. Yeah, so if we start putting coal in there from the bot network, then this will just stop the belt, and that'll allow these two hands to take priority. So a little bit of, I usually use splitter way to do that, which also works pretty nice. We can like do something like this, just for example. Say this is our belt, then we can do something like this. And similarly, have that, which also works quite nicely. This is just when you want it out. You don't want to pick up anything up, but you just want it out. And then of course you input priority there, and that way you'll take your recycled stuff first. So nice nifty little way to make sure that the coal that we're about to pick up here is not going to just end up stuffed in these boxes and never used like this coal is actually. So we will eventually deal with that, but for now, this is our backup plan, our recycle plan for the moment. So let's get over to Steam Power and pull it out. So you've served me well, Steam Power, but you are no longer necessary. This is going to be quite the job for all my robots, but they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to live with their life. And we're doing really good on power. Like, we're never really reaching any limit that might be an issue. Lamps using 27 megawatts at night? Holy smokes. We are using... that's a lot. That is a lot of lamps. But, I mean, we've got lamps literally all over the base. So, you know, that might be a consideration if you're not at nuclear yet. Or you don't have lots of solar panels or something. Oh, cool. So this actually shows me that we should be... our very first iron ore train is showing up to unload. That is brilliant. There we go. And we are smooshing these belts. Yep, they're fully stacked. kind of cool how this works, where it's like, it doesn't stop at all, but it also fully stacks the belt. Love it. Or fully compresses, I guess, is actually more accurate now that there are actual stacking belts. Cool, look at that. Yeah, oh, so it wasn't our first. We actually have steel already. And the last thing is stone. So actually what we could do is also get stone fixed. And by fixed, I mean, yeah, it'd be a good idea to fix, straight up fix stone. It's a bit of an issue right now. And it's only an issue because we just used the regular, there we go. We just used the regular station before, which was totally adequate, but now it's time to upgrade this to the actual system. And this is going to be a 2-wagon, 8 chest, 1 parking station. Got 1 straggler. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, and a bunch of entities not around to do the work because there is just so much coal on here that is overwhelming our bot network. So we'll keep an eye on power. Hopefully that didn't just doom us, but I really doubt it. I really, really doubt it. So, yeah, that is great. That is great. So we'll pull out steam. We'll probably end up making, we got to think a little bit about the train network that's going to go through here. So I think in reality, I'd like to take all of this train out and not even have this crossbar here. But who knows, maybe we'll keep that crossbar. But the point is that I would like to have some separate smelting. I'd like to do circuits in this square, and I'd like to have some separate smelting to back that up, kind of behind it. But that means, well, what does that mean? That means that we got to get trains in here, and quite frankly, these cliffs are hawk blocking us. So we'll see. We may that may necessitate this crossbar here, and then maybe we can do an unloading station here, and then just bring in, and we can even do an unloading station here, like on both sides of this one, and then can't really do much about connecting this, but who knows. I think this is gonna be an important path across as well, so then maybe we just have that path across as well, and those two go through our main base. But I do want to pull out this up and down, and it will look kind of clunky later, I think. Yeah, because we're going to have our bus starting here and going up right through here soon enough. This is going to be a big job. It's going to be a big job to transition over to our main bus base. But this, like I said, this base is going to be what serves us all the way to the end game, quite frankly. Like, really, we probably won't need to expand with the amount of ore that we have. I'd say about 10 to 15 million is probably all we really need for each of the different items. Yeah, ores. So anyways, so at this point, I think what we need to do is we need to rethink this train setup. So this is gonna be, we need derp add station. Do we not have the stone to in? So what this needs to be is, this needs to, how do I add stone to in? Oh wait, I think I made this an unloading station, didn't I? I did. Yeah, unloading station. Derp. It's that time of day. Anyways, okay, so 2 wagons. Whoops, what item? Just go and pick up the number 2. Yeah. 2, 12. That should have been a hint there. And 1. There we go. So that'll kind of resolve itself here. And then we will be able to actually set this up. I don't think we're gonna need any more stone. Some of these I've just filled with stone too, until we start producing until we start making more rail, maybe we'll need more stone there, which I'll keep this train, this track set up for now. We literally have not used any ammo at all. Like, we haven't been attacked at all. And that's going to change, I think, soon here, because they're starting to huff some of my pollution. So, away she goes. Cool, yeah, and this is a train now that's just like, oh, yeah, I can't pick anything up, so I'm just going to go chill. Everything's being picked up. And similarly, this one, it's really nice to have parking spots. And we're going to do that later, even for copper, for example. We're going to do this kind of a setup, and we're going to have that here. But for now, it's just, well, it might actually be feasible. I didn't even really think about it. I mean, we probably could make that work, but I'll wait until we get cliff explosives. Am I right? And then here, definitely not going to work. We don't really need that for stone. We don't use that much stone, but anyways, they will be converted to parking stations, all of them, at some point. Anyways, okay, enough chit chat. Let's actually get to work here and start overhauling this factory. Ah, look at this. We have overhauled a lot of this factory. I think we can still, we'll probably discontinue those as well. We no longer really need a spaced out version, so save ourselves a couple roboports. And I don't think we actually need water here either, so we'll just pull that out. We still need coal coming up into our base for now. A lot of this still has cubes because we haven't been using anything. In fact, we should probably just research something, like anything at this point. Sure, braking speed, that, like, we've built up our stockpile of sulfuric acid, and yeah, basically solve that problem a little bit just by sending the train over to the mining. Almost 100 there, and still what, like 100 here, 89. So we're super good on power. Nuclear power is the best by far. Okay, and then let's just stamp down our city block. Ooh, city block, how original. Seen one of those comments. Oh, just doing a city block build, like, it's just so normie. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, is there really any other way to play Factorio? I mean, this game is meant to be square. Like, come on. Anyways, you could shove a circle in your square. I don't know. Anyways, it's cool when people have different ways of playing things too. So. Let's see here. So how do I want to do this? I think I do want to, we can't really do much here. Like, I'd like to just build a track right through this coal, but we obviously cannot do that. So maybe we have to come down here and then unload and go. We can't even really go back up that way. Oh, cliffs are so annoying. Am I right? Like, dang, yo. These cliffs are hectic. We're probably going to just have to get kind of creative and maybe use like a mid-track. Ooh. And then we could probably do a mid-track there and then connect up here and go that way. But then for this one tiny little bit, like, we could just kind of squiggle around, right? Like, we can squiggle around that. So yeah, maybe mid-track is the way to go. At least for these three. Tough call. Because, like, what I'd like to do is get this here and here. 2 stations on that side. All right. Lab research speed, low density structure. We'll get those. We don't really, you know, we could get capacity bonus, sure. All right, so just trying to plan this out. Okay, so we're gonna consolidate all of this. Let's just do that right now. Let's consolidate and balance our copper. Well, I guess we kind of need to lay out our bus. How do we want our bus? Maybe something like this. And then maybe some fluids here, and then here with more random supplies. Maybe this one's fluids. I don't know, I'm just winging it. I don't really have a plan here, but I'm just thinking, maybe we do have a plan here. Maybe we go like this, and then like this, and that's, call it like that. And then we take this, and we go on the other side as well. 1, 2 from the edge. And what that's going to enable us to do is have iron, copper, and special stuff. I don't know, like coal, sulfur, stone bricks, stuff like that, iron ore. And then this one probably for special stuff like batteries, maybe electric engines I'm probably going to put on the bus, that sort of thing. And then on this side we can do green circuits, red circuits, and blue circuits, and then low density structures, and that should be good. But maybe we can scoot this in a bit. So like there. Yeah, I think that's better. That's like a full 4 from the edge, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. And then we can have fluids in the center. I don't think we're going to need more than this, but let's just say we did. So we leave this blank just in case. And similarly here, we leave this blank just in case we want something else. And then we can have, I don't know, how many fluids? 8. We're not going to need 8, so I'm just going to, oops. I'm just going to leave that as 4 fluids for the moment. But if we ever need to add any fluids, then we can easily add fluids there. So let's see, how is our stockpile of blues? We'll let that fill up a little bit before we continue. Because, yeah, no, our sulfur's keeping up. It's not being an issue at all. And this is going to go pretty soon. I'll just kick it off. It's 20k. It only needs about 12k, so it's going to sit there for a while. So in that case, yeah, let's get lab research speed 3. Why not? Cool. So we've got a little bit of a bus design here started out. That's pretty exciting. And yeah, well, then that actually enables us to get copper over there. So that's a thing. It's a little bit annoying that they're kind of switched, if you know what I mean. Like we could just have copper on this side because copper's on the farthest most right side, but I actually don't really like that. I don't know, something irks me about that. So let's kind of think about this here for a second. And 3. Yeah, there we go. All right. Alrighty. Okay, so this one will come in pretty easily. It's gonna be something like this. This one's gonna be something like that. And then similarly here. And then there. Right? That's correct. There. Cool. Yeah, and then this could just sneak over that. Oh, and how are my belt situation? How is my belt situation? We have 783, so that's quite a bit. We did request 1,000, but I'm gonna go up to 1,500 just to keep building it. Yeah, and that way we're gonna use a lot just getting this bus set up. Okay, and then do we balance on this side? Well, we need to get over this, which is totally fine. Let's get this. There, and then I think we can do something similar here. 4, 3, 4. There. Okay, cool. Yep. Pretty comfortable with that. I think we'll just balance here. So let me grab a balancer that works. There we go. Alrighty then. Etc. Okay, so then we have copper. We have lots of copper. Lots of iron. Now we need to get our steel. I'm like talking, my brain's thinking like ahead of my words, so sometimes I'll just like skip words, you know what I mean? Anyways, so this is gonna end up being like one line of steel. So it's actually gonna be, what did I say, 5/5? 4/5, I mean. So it's gonna be 80% of a full belt of steel, which is kind of cool. But also, like, how do we want to get this together? Get it together, man. I think that's reasonable, right? And then we just go here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same thing here. And then we just pick it up along the way, right? I think that should be completely fine. Because the throughput is so low. Oops. Okay. Belts are getting away on me here. This is tough work. There we go. That'll be our steel. If I could do this properly. There we go. Cool. Yes, so do we need to balance the sides at all? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. We probably do, quite frankly. We should have like a side balancer going on here. I didn't really think about that. But we should be side balancing that, I think. I think I'll just leave it. If it becomes a problem later, I will remedy the problem. As long as it's balancing, it should be fine. So what are we getting? Stone. Ah, yes. Remember we had problems over here. So we need to add this station. And actually, where am I? I'm over here. Which didn't need to be at all. Let's get back over to our train for a second so I can blueprint it. First put the right amount of coal in it. Oh no, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Exactamundo. Okay. So it needs to go to 2. And we need to have an interrupt for fuel. I think that, yeah, that's perfect. We don't need to do anything with that. And then we need to say, we need to basically copy these. No path, cargo empty. And then to wagon, we'll create a new one. And it's going to say, okay, the station is full. Or actually it's destination full or no path, and your cargo's empty, so empty cargo. Then you're going to go to the train station, and you're going to wait there until station is not full or time has passed, right? Yeah, this is the time has passed one. And this is going to be, what station are you waiting for? You're waiting for the 2 train. So there we go. That should be our no path and empty cargo situation. Now we need our no path cargo full situation for 2 wagon. Okay, and then here we're going to say destination full or no path, and I'm not going to say, we're just going to say has cargo in inventory. I don't think, oh, you know what? We actually just need to say item count because we want to use this signal. And so it's full. It's not necessarily full. We're not checking to see if it's full. We're just checking to see if it has anything inside of it. And then we're saying, okay, go to the parking, double clicking, go to the parking, wait for station not full. And this one is going to be a station, an arrow, the special symbol, which will then, it'll know what symbol that is. And then we say the 2 wagon. Great. Okay, so then that one's not full. And that's it. We don't need a timer on that one. Now there is one other thing here I guess I'm missing. I should be able to remember it, but I'm pretty sure I can't. So I'm just going to click on here. Yes. So this is the cargo. This is the one that deals with the cargo. And I didn't actually put the name on that one. So let's call this one Station Arrow Wild Card Cargo 2 Wagon. Okay, and this one's just going to say if you have cargo, item count, wildcard greater than 0, then go to, and we need to create this one. It's going to be train stop, arrow in, wildcard to wagon. Okay, and that should be it until you are empty. You go there until you're empty, and there we go. I'm gonna just drag that up. Okay, so basically it's gonna always try to go pick up stuff, and if it can't, then it'll go park, and it'll wait until it can get a job. If it can pick up stuff, then it'll go to an empty station, an unloading station, and if it can't get there, then it'll go park until it can get there, and then if it ever runs low on fuel, then be totally gravy. It'll go and pick up fuel. So we want the trains, we want the fuel, we don't need the entities, and we want to say, probably have to look at my standardization, but if we say something like this, I think we would say wildcard train to wagon. 2 wagon, anything train, sure. And then this blueprint needs to go in the jar trains train book. And we don't have a 2 fuel wagon, liquids wagon just yet. And I guess I called this like auto train in one of them and not in another, but then this one also should, just to try to standardize things a little bit, should be like that. And this also should be for just some housekeeping stuff, you know, to try to standardize things a bit. And I think these two are, I'll leave those, whatever. So yeah, now we actually have a blueprint there. I'll have to update the blueprint book, but then if I just hit that on automatic, then it should know to, well, it's gonna go to, because the fuel currently is low, and I do that on purpose. I'm putting only 15 coal in there so that the robots, whenever you place one of these, the robots will put 15 coal in there and it'll just go, oh, I need to go refuel. And right now it's just coal here anyways, but when it's not coal here, then it just will empty and change its own fuel. So you don't have to have all kinds of blueprints and think, oh, which train am I putting down? Like, there we go. And then I want to just see it work and go drop off the stone, which it should do automatically now because it knows what's in it. There we go. Yep, and it's going to go drop off stone now. Cool. And did we connect the green boxes here? Yes. Did we connect the green boxes here? Yes. Excellent. So then that kind of puts this out of commission, which we could pretty easily actually just place the train station here as well. But I think I'm just going to let it go and see if it can empty all the stone. So that's totally cool with me. Yeah, here we go. So we now have this all coming in. Gravy train is on the way. Choo choo. Okay, and then I think we want to just get a full thing of stone bricks. Just right beside steel. I think that's a good spot for it. And we only need one belt of steel. Like, I think in past games I would leave room for another belt of steel, but you're gonna be able to start stacking it and getting 60 times 4, like 240 steel on one belt later. So one belt of steel will be more than sufficient for the meantime. But other thing, yeah, we actually want to get some iron ore and stone on a belt. And I think we can do that pretty easily here by, well, let's get this to go just up to here so that I can do a belt splitter or a belt balancer. That's just fine. Actually, I think I wanted it to be just on one side. I don't need to fill it up all the way, but I do want to put it just on one side. And that way, great. I can get this. If I go like this, then I can just go like this. And, no, that doesn't work. But I can go like this. Right, and then that way we will get... do I like that? I don't dislike it. Right, and then this will be stone. We'll also need coal, actually. So maybe I should just have this whole line go up there. But actually we only need coal. I think we need coal for explosives, don't we? Like missiles, right? Let's say rockets, I guess they're called. Rocketry. We need coal for this, right? So we should have a half belt of coal come in. Now, do I want to make the half belt of coal with the stone? No, I think coal and sulfur are going to go together here. But we want those bricks and the steel. And then this can just be... Right? Like we can do that. And that might look a little bit weird, but I think that's totally fine. And then, yeah, we go up here. Say, excuse me, please. Stone bricks. And there we go. Now we've got stone and iron. And then we get coal here, which I guess I'm kind of, I don't know. We are full on steel. That's really nice. So it's going to be a nice buffer, like when all of these are full and then we actually start producing. That's going to be very, very nice. So how do I want to get coal out there? Actually, like we could split this. We could just say, wait. We could just split this. And we could split it like right. I don't know. I guess I'm not really a big fan of all this stuff here that I did. So I'm kind of thinking like, what if, this is the wrong way. If I want coal on one side, what if I just said like, what if I just did something like this? And then we just say filter this to the right. Guess it's on the wrong side. So this is going to be stone. Choices, decisions, right? But we definitely want this stuff on the bus. Is that, like, I guess if we filtered that to that side, then we'd have that on, we'd have iron ore on the left side, and then we'd have that on the right side, which would also be fine, because we can get, I haven't even put any thought into where we're going to put oil, like oil processing. So who knows? That should be interesting. Maybe we put it down here. I mean, there is a nice patch of oil there, but that might cut into our room. We need like a full square for oil. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we could put that here, and then that way it would give us room to move circuitry up one. And then we could have green and we could have green circuits, and then we could have red circuits, and then we could move on with the rest of our factory. That may work. Oil there, but then we have kind of this whole square, which we can't really do anything with because we can always bring circuits back if we want to make this the hub, the make anything hub. But yeah, problematic, a little bit problematic. So this is what we're looking at here. What's going on with the stone? Hey, what are you doing here? What's going on with the stone? You're doing weird things, all right? You might not be able to get there very easily. That could be an issue. Oh, this should be wait until you're full. Duh. So let's actually play that again. Okay, yeah, so it can get there. It's just like a really jank roundabout way. We should probably put loops here. I think so. I think we can do a double loop here. Where is our loop? Here we go. I want to do it there. I want to do it like here. Yeah, let's do that. And then let's just take this out. We'll take all that out. And then basically we just say the same thing as like as close as possible there. Why did this get taken out? Ah, because I just built over top of it. Don't want that. We don't want that. There we go. And this is maybe a little bit jank, but it works. Gives us like a good turnaround point here. And then that way anything coming out of here, like the stone, will be able to just go down, turn around, and go up to there. And I'd kind of like to do the same thing maybe here, but nah. Am I right? Yeah, because, well, we probably could get away with something there of similar, very similar. And maybe we do, oh, what's in the way? Oh, chain signal. Maybe we do that. We just put it there. We just leave it on the one side for now. And we'll have to signal this properly. So if we just say, I don't know, chain signal, and then not chain signal, and then similarly here, where did I go on this? Kind of the first one that we can, here and here. And then here and here. And that should honestly be good, because if at any time anyone's in this entire intersection, then just don't enter it. That's totally fine. And then this can go. Then same thing here. We can just say kind of here and here and here and here. And then this one we'll do just a little bit differently, because we want to just say, maybe we should just have the same thing here. Interesting that it's not in the same spot. But I think I didn't put it in the right spot. Well, let's just put it in the right spot, the same spot. What's up with that tree? Get out of the way. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and that way that'll help give us more accessibility here. And we now have stone coming through here fully. So back to our problem here at hand. We have steel coming through there, so that's not good. That's not going to work actually. Right. So what if I split this here and just said that go to the right? Then we have coal, and we can make coal come up kind of anywhere, right? We can just do something like this. I don't know if this is what I want to do yet, but we'll see, because then this we can just say, right? Like then we have our stone. It's on the right side, doesn't matter. And then we can do, we'll have this coming on the right, which will be fine. Like this one doesn't matter. Coal doesn't matter which side it's on. So it's a little bit of a spaghetti mess here, but like, you know, sometimes you just got to make things happen. And that's what I love about a factory like this, where it's like 90% is just built based on the system that we have in place, like the city blocks, and that keeps a lot of the chaos at bay. But then you just gotta, like, sometimes you just gotta find solutions, and that's kind of what the cliffs represent too. It's a little bit of creativity. It's like you can't just paste concrete all over everything. You kind of got to be a little bit more open, a little bit more aware. So anyways, yeah, so now this guy's gonna have a much easier time. Oh, he already did. He's gonna have an easier time getting down there because he's got this. But yeah, this T section is also great. Like that T sections help. And yeah, we just have trains chilling here, just waiting, nice and empty the way that they should be when there's no jobs to do. But otherwise, where are we in the grand scheme of things? I think we're just about, like, I think the next episode is going to be planning out circuitry. And we've got 2 major steps left before we can really start and say that we have the base, right? Like before the base is actually in place. And those steps are oil and circuitry, green and red. So as I mentioned, there's some final thoughts before we sign off for today, where I'm thinking about the oil. And like, I think I have a blueprint here, but I kind of feel like, so I've got a hub, which is like a city block like this, but it does need some updates on it. And I think like it's not quite, so I'm probably gonna do those updates to it in between rounds and in like an editor scenario, and just make it perfect for Space Age. And yeah, it just needs to be updated to Space Age. I also have an oil city block which has some upgrades to it, but essentially it's use like hazard concrete to outline it. But this has plastic, oil, and sulfur. And if I use the big version of it, the most advanced version, again, this is like pre-Space Age blueprint, but then I can kind of see where this could fit. And it should probably, like, it actually could fit here, which would be probably a nice use of this space. Except for coal there, but I could maybe bump sulfuric acid down a little bit to the left, and that could be a good space for it. I guess here was another option that I had and I was thinking of, because if we put this here, then we don't really want circuits here because we need to smelt right behind circuits. So maybe we could do this here and we could just have green circuits. This actually, now that I think of it, yeah, this is probably going to be the play. We're going to have to be a little bit creative with where we put the oil unloading station, but that's not too big of an issue because we can sneak that like maybe on this side or up here on this side. But yeah, I think that might be oil, and then this could be green circuits, and then this could be the hub, and then this could be red circuits, and then we kind of go up from there. So we got some big plays to be made. We have some big progress already though from today's episode. Our bus is in place. We have all of the goods that we need, and yeah, this is super exciting. Like, what a time to
like and subscribe.
So that's it for now. That's all. That's all. And we'll be back soon again, another day, tomorrow, with another episode of the Jar Games Factorio Space Age. Right.